She's perfect for you, Ethan," my mother said as she adjusted the cushions like the whole house had to impress Lena. I sat on the edge of the sofa, pretending I wasn't nervous. "I don't even know her yet," I said. "Exactly," Daniel replied with a smirk. "That's why you shouldn't mess it up." I hated how he always made me feel small with just one sentence. Uncle Robert leaned toward me and whispered, "Just breathe. You're fine." His voice steadied me more than I wanted to admit. When the doorbell rang, my mother snapped her fingers. "Smile and don't say anything weird." I opened the door before she could bark more orders. Lena stood there, holding a small box of sweets. Her smile was soft, almost shy. "Hi, I'm Lena," she said. "My mom told me to bring these, or she'd chase me out of the house." I laughed. "Then I'm glad you listened." Inside, everyone acted like they'd known her forever. My mother poured tea. Daniel asked her about her job. My father told the same old jokes he told every guest. But when Lena laughed at them, airily laughed, it felt different. She looked at me, between sentences, like she wanted me to respond. "So, Ethan," she said, settling onto the couch beside me, "your family says you're quiet." "They say a lot of things," I replied. "Most of them exaggerated." "Good. I like people who don't talk too much," Daniel chuckled. "Then you'll love him. He barely speaks." I shot him a look, but Lena shook her head. "It's okay. I talk enough for two." My mother clasped her hands. "See? Perfect balance. This is why I said she's perfect for you." I felt heat rising in my face. "Mom, please, no, it's sweet," Lena said. "They really care about you." I wanted to believe that. I wanted to believe everything was as warm as it felt in that moment. But something in Daniel's grin, something in my mother's stiff shoulders, made me uneasy. Like they were guiding the evening, not letting it happen. When Lena asked, "Do you want to step outside for a minute?" I almost jumped up too fast. We stood on the porch, the cool air easing the tension in my chest. "Sorry if that was overwhelming," she said. "Your family is lively." "That's one word," I muttered. She laughed again, softer this time. "I'm glad they like me." "They like the idea of you," I said before I could stop myself. "Not in a bad way. They just plan things. Too much sometimes." She tilted her head. "Plan what?" I shrugged. "Me. My life. Everything." "That sounds exhausting." "It is." She hesitated before saying, "For what it's worth, I like you for you. Not for whatever story they're trying to build." Her kindness hit harder than it should have. I pushed my hands into my pockets. "I don't know what story they're building, and maybe we write our own," she said, nudging my arm lightly. For a second, I let myself imagine it. Her, me. Something real. Something honest. But even then, before I knew anything, I sensed a shadow under the warmth when we walked back inside. My mother whispered to Daniel, thinking I couldn't hear. "Good. Everything is going exactly how we wanted." Daniel nodded. "Eric will be relieved." My stomach tightened, but I pretended I didn't hear. Maybe I misheard. Maybe it wasn't what it sounded like. Lena smiled at me from across the room, and for that moment, I let myself trust the smile instead of the whispers. I didn't know then that trust was the first thing they would take from me. If I had listened to that tiny voice inside me, maybe I would have walked away before everything collapsed. But I stayed, believing love was stronger than secrets. I didn't know the secrets were already growing. Lena's phone buzzed on the table, sharp and sudden. She stood up and said, "I'm going to grab water." "Want anything?" "No, I'm good," I replied, but something in her tone made me watch her walk away. The phone buzzed again. I shouldn't have looked. I knew that. But the screen lit up, and the name hit me like a punch. Eric. Then the message. "I can't wait for tomorrow." "Did your family tell him yet?" My throat tightened. "What the hell?" I whispered. My fingers shook, even though I hadn't touched anything. I heard footsteps and shoved the phone back. Daniel walked in, didn't even look at me, and headed toward the hallway. I followed, silent, trying to breathe. In the hallway, I heard my mother whisper, Just keep Ethan calm tomorrow. We need Lena to feel supported, Daniel replied. I know. I'll handle him. Eric is the right choice? The right choice? I repeated under my breath. My heart thudded so hard I thought they'd hear it. My mother said, he'll accept it once he sees what we're doing for him. Daniel snorted. He won't like it. He's too attached. I stepped backward, hitting the wall. My pulse raced. I tried to swallow, but my throat felt dry. I walked back toward the living room, hoping none of them would notice the panic clawing at me. Lena returned with a glass of water like nothing had happened. You okay? She asked. Yeah, I lied. Just got dizzy for a second. She sat beside me. You sure? You look pale. I'm fine, I said again, forcing a smile. She looked at the table. Did someone text me? I heard it from the kitchen. I shrugged. Didn't see anything. The lie tasted bitter. My mother came in with Daniel behind her. Ethan, you should sleep early tonight, she said. Why? No reason, just rest. Tomorrow is important. Lena sipped her water quietly. I tried to read her face, but she wouldn't look at me. What's tomorrow? I asked. Daniel answered. Nothing big. Just plans. Plans for who? For you, he said. Don't overthink it. Oh. I stared at him. You're all acting weird. No, my mother insisted. We're just preparing for something that will help you. Me. I asked, or help her. They froze for half a second, and I saw something flicker in my mother's eyes. Guilt. She recovered fast. Ethan, stop being dramatic. Lena put her hand on mine. Maybe we should talk later. Just you and me? The softness in her voice almost fooled me again. Almost. Daniel interrupted Lena. Don't encourage his moods. He just gets anxious. I'm standing right here, I snapped. My mother folded her arms. Then stop acting like a child. I pushed off the couch. Tell me what's happening tomorrow. Nothing you need to worry about, Daniel said. It's sorted? Sorted? I repeated. What does that even mean? Lena whispered, Ethan, please. Let's not make this worse. So something was wrong. I took a step back. Just answer one thing. Who is Eric? Lena's fingers tightened around the glass. Ethan. My mother cut in. Don't bring him into this. So he's part of this, I said. Daniel rolled his eyes. You weren't supposed to find out yet. The room tilted. Find out what? My mother stepped toward me. You're too emotional to handle certain decisions. Decisions about my life. I asked. She exhaled. Lena deserves stability. Eric can offer that. Lena's eyes widened. Mrs. Ward. Daniel held up his hand. Don't pretend you didn't agree, Lena whispered. I didn't agree to hurt him. I stared at her. So it's true. She shook her head. Ethan, I didn't know how to tell you. What? That my family already picked someone else for you? Silence. Heavy. Crushing. My mother said softly, You'll understand tomorrow. No, I said. I understand now. Daniel stepped forward. Calm down. Don't, I warned. Don't touch me, Lena whispered. I didn't want this to happen tonight. I walked to the door. Then you shouldn't have lied, my mother said. Where are you going? Away from all of you. I stepped outside, and for the first time in my life, the cold air felt honest. The apartment felt smaller than ever. Bills stacked on the kitchen counter like mountains. Unopened letters mocking me. I hadn't touched the fridge in days. The silence pressed down, heavier than any weight I'd carried before. A knock at the door made me jump. Leo stepped in, hands on his hips, eyes sharp. Ryan, you need to get out of here, now. I can't, I said, slumping onto the couch. I have nothing to do. No money, no. Nothing. Leo shook his head. That's exactly why you need to move. Sitting here staring at the walls won't fix a thing. Come with me, just for a while. Clear your head. I ran my hands through my hair. I don't even know if I want to get better. Emily, Daniel. It feels like everything is over. Leo crouched beside me. If you can lose everything because of someone, maybe you need to become someone who can't be broken. I laughed bitterly. Someone who can't be broken. That's a fairy tale, Leo. That's not real. Maybe, he said, standing. Or maybe you just haven't tried hard enough. Come on, meet my cousin. He can help you, I followed reluctantly, dragging my feet. The streets were empty, gray, but Leo's energy kept me moving. We arrived at a small office building, and he knocked on the door. Aaron opened it, tall, confident, with a firm handshake ready. Leo tells me you're a guy with potential, he said, studying me closely. I don't know, I said, embarrassed. I've been fired. My life's kind of falling apart. Aaron smiled slightly. Exactly why I wanted to meet you. Sometimes people need to hit rock bottom before they start climbing. You've got intelligence, drive, and the right kind of stubbornness. That counts for a lot. I hesitated. And what? You're going to teach me? Business, life skills, investments. How to turn nothing into something. But I warn you, it won't be easy. You'll fail. You'll get frustrated. You might want to quit. But if you don't, his eyes locked on mine, you'll rise higher than you thought possible. I swallowed hard. I don't know if I can do this. Aaron shrugged. Then don't. Stay broken. But I have a feeling you're not the type to stay down. Leo nudged me. See, I told you. You can do this. You have to try. I looked around, the weight in my chest lightening just a fraction. Okay, I said finally. I'll try. Do it. Aaron extended his hand. Good, let's start today. I shook it, feeling something stir inside me, a spark I hadn't felt in weeks. Hope, maybe. Or maybe the first hint of determination. Don't think this is going to be easy, Aaron warned. You'll need to work harder than anyone else. And you'll hate me sometimes. But at the end, you'll thank me. I appreciate this, I said, voice shaky. I really do. I don't know how to thank you yet, but actions, Ryan. Show me, don't tell me. I nodded, gripping the handshake tighter. I could feel the first tremors of change. Weak, uncertain, but real. For the first time since Emily left. I didn't feel completely crushed. As we stepped out into the fresh air, Leo clapped me on the back. This is it. No more sitting in your apartment crying. You're moving forward. One step at a time. I looked back at the building behind us, then ahead at the streets waiting to be conquered. One step at a time. I echoed quietly to myself, and for the first time in weeks, I felt like maybe, just maybe, I could rise from this mess. The mornings were the hardest. I'd wake up with exhaustion pressing into my bones. Yet Aaron would be waiting, calm, patient, already planning the day, Ryan. First thing, review the numbers from yesterday's investments, he said, handing me a tablet. I groaned. I barely slept. Can we start with something lighter? Aaron shook his head. No shortcuts. If you want to rise, you face everything head on. Every number, every deal, every mistake, you learn from it or you fail. Yes, sir, I muttered, swallowing hard. The words tasted bitter, but I knew he was right. Days turned into weeks. Nights blurred into early mornings. I learned contracts, stock movements, property management, negotiation tactics. Sometimes Aaron would watch me fumble and then correct me with sharp precision. You're rushing. Ryan, patience is power, he said one night, after I nearly signed a deal that would have lost money. I want to get it right. I don't want to fail again, I admitted, wiping sweat from my forehead. Exactly, he said, leaning back. That fear will push you if you let it. But remember, fear is a tool, not a cage. Even when I fell, I got up. My mistakes were brutal money lost, deals almost gone, confidence shaken. But I kept pushing. Maya stopped by one evening, bringing coffee and that warm, kind smile I had come to trust. You look exhausted, she said, setting the cup down. I feel like I'm being torn apart from the inside, I admitted, staring at the floor. You look stronger than you feel, she said gently, and smarter. You've grown more in a month than most do in a year. Don't forget that. I smiled faintly, grateful but embarrassed. Thanks, Maya. I just wish Emily could see this. Not that it matters anymore. Let her go, she said simply. Your life isn't about showing her. It's about you. Her words stuck. I realized I didn't need to prove anything to her. Success was mine first. Revenge could come second if I wanted. And deep down, I did. Aaron pushed me harder each day. Ryan, confidence isn't given. It's built. Speak. Negotiate. Take risks. Don't hide behind excuses or past pain. You're stronger than you think. I tried. I failed. I tried again. Each victory was small, at first tiny investment gains. Small property flips, but each one fueled me. I began to feel capable. Alive again. One night, I sat across from Aaron after finishing a deal that actually earned good money. I didn't think I could do it, I said quietly, staring at my hands. You can, he said, eyes steady. And soon, you'll be ready for more. Bigger projects, bigger challenges. What do you mean? I asked cautiously. Aaron leaned forward, voice low. There's a new project coming up. Huge, profitable, but more than that. It competes with someone who's been a thorn in your side. I froze. Daniel, he nodded. Exactly. He's making moves, Ryan, and I want you to take this project. Learn, lead, and end. Beat him at his own game. Spark lit in me I hadn't felt since Emily left. Revenge wasn't the goal, it was a side effect of becoming unstoppable. I sat in the office, staring at the spreadsheet on my laptop, disbelief and exhilaration battling in my chest. Our latest deal had closed, and the numbers, they didn't lie. You see this, Ryan? Aaron asked, leaning over my shoulder. We're not just surviving, we're dominating. Slowly, but surely. I can't believe it, I admitted, my fingers tapping nervously on the desk. This is real, Aaron smirked. Real enough to make Daniel sweat. I felt a flicker of satisfaction but tried to push it aside. We still have a long way to go. One deal doesn't make a company. You're learning fast, he said. And you're building confidence while you're at it. Now let's meet Rachel. I looked up as a tall, composed woman stepped into the office, her presence commanding attention. Ryan, I've been following your work, she said, shaking my hand firmly. I like your style, your approach. I believe in your potential. I want to invest. I blinked, surprised. You believe in me? After all that's happened? Exactly because of that, she replied. You face setbacks, yet you keep going. That resilience? Investors pay attention to that. Aaron nodded proudly. She'll be key in helping us expand further, and I trust you'll manage this well. Rachel smiled at me again. I don't trust easily, but something about your drive tells me you won't fail. I swallowed hard, feeling a surge of determination. I won't, I promise. Later that week, I glanced at my phone. A new message notification flashed. Emily. My heart skipped a beat, but I forced myself not to open it. Ryan. How are you? I just wanted to know. I stared at it, fingers hovering. Then, with deliberate calm, I deleted it. No words. No reply. Aaron walked by, noticing my expression. News from the past? Emily, I said quietly. She's texting me for the first time in months. Asking how I'm doing? Aden's grin was sharp. Ignore her. Focus on the present and the future. Success is the best answer. Everything else will fall into place. I nodded, swallowing the urge to respond. Focus. That's what mattered. By the next morning, our progress was undeniable. Daniel's company was stumbling rumors of debt, missed deadlines, disgruntled partners. I could feel the tide turning. I heard about Daniel, Rachel said during our meeting. He's losing ground fast. Your growth is putting serious pressure on him. I know, I admitted. And Emily, she's engaged to him now. But it doesn't matter. His success is crumbling beneath him. Rachel's eyes twinkled. Perfect. That means more opportunities for us. We just need to stay sharp and keep our momentum. Weeks passed and small victories became big ones. Each deal, each partnership, each gain pushed Daniel further into chaos. while my company soared. I found a quiet thrill in knowing we were unstoppable. Ryan, Aaron said one evening, sliding a contract across the desk. This is more than a deal. This is a statement. You're buying the mansion Daniel thinks he still owns. I stared at the papers, the magnitude sinking in. The mansion? Him? After everything? Aaron's grin was almost predatory. Exactly. Power shift, Ryan. You're not just winning financially, you're winning the game entirely. I picked up the pen, hesitated, and then signed. The ink felt heavier than any weight I'd carried before, yet lighter too. Light, because finally, I was in control. Rachel clapped softly. Congratulations. That's a massive step. Daniel won't see it coming. I know, I said, chest tight. But for the first time in months, it was a good tightness. A tightness of purpose, of power, of inevitability. Aaron leaned back, satisfaction in his eyes. You've learned something important, Ryan. Success isn't about revenge. But revenge becomes easy when you're strong enough to not need it anymore. I nodded, feeling every word settle into my bones. Emily, Daniel, the past, they were all shadows now. My future was here, built deal by deal, handshake by handshake, victory by victory. And when Daniel finally looked around and realized what had happened, he wouldn't just lose money, he'd see the man I'd become. CHP 6, I stood on the front steps, heart pounding, staring at the mansion that used to belong to Daniel. The gates were tall, the lights bright, and the air smelled faintly of fresh paint and new beginnings. I couldn't help but smile, recalling Emily's voice, the cruel edge of it. You will never own a place like this. Aaron stepped beside me, arms crossed. It's time, Ryan. Time to reveal the truth. Let her see what's really happened. I swallowed hard. I'm ready. I think, he nodded. Good, just stay calm. Let her come to you. Almost on cue, I saw her outside, shoes scuffing the driveway, face streaked with tears. Emily, the same girl who left me for Daniel. And now, she looked small, desperate. Ryan, please, she called, voice trembling. I don't know what happened. Daniel, I stepped forward, stopping her before she could reach me. She flung her arms around me, sobbing. I need you. Take me back. I made a mistake. I pushed her gently but firmly away. Emily, stop. She blinked through tears. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Don't let him throw me out. I felt the anger rise, hot and sharp. But underneath it, a calm I hadn't known in months spread through me. Emily, listen carefully. This house, it's mine. Her face froze. Her mouth opened, closed, then trembled. What? I said it. This mansion, every inch, mine. She staggered back, hands flying to her face. No. That's impossible, Daniel. Daniel's bankrupt, I said quietly, letting the words sink in. And this is my moment. My life, my choices. Not yours. Not his. Her knees buckled, and she sank onto the driveway, sobs racking her body. Please, Ryan, don't leave me here. I need you. I crouched down, meeting her gaze, pain mingling with satisfaction in a strange harmony. Emily, you made your choices. I stayed true to mine. And this is the result. Karma. It's not me doing it, it's life catching up with you. She shook her head, clutching at my arm. No, I love you. I made a mistake. I can fix it. I gently pried her hands away. You don't get to fix it. Not this time. Not after everything you... I got the call from my mother in the morning. Ethan, we need to talk. Come home, hesitated, staring at the ceiling. Why? Please just come. We're worried. I sighed and agreed. I didn't know what I expected. Apologies. Tears. Or maybe nothing at all. When I walked in, the living room felt smaller, heavier. Lena sat on the couch, her hands trembling, tears rolling down her cheeks. Ethan, she whispered when she saw me. I didn't respond immediately. My eyes swept the room. Daniel looked pale, stiff. My mother stood behind him, mouth tight, hands folded. Eric wasn't there. Not that it mattered. By now, everyone knew what kind of person he really was. That truth had already spread. My mother cleared her throat. Ethan, we want you to understand. Everything we did to protect you, to give you the best life. Protect me. I repeated, voice calm, steady. You think breaking me into pieces was protection? Daniel shifted uncomfortably. I just tried to protect you from disappointment. You were young, naive. We thought we were helping. You weren't helping. You were controlling. You broke me, I said, each word precise, my chest heavy, but my voice strong. Lena sniffled, reaching for my hand. Ethan, I made a mistake choosing him. I see that now. I looked at her, really looked. Her face was raw, honest, and full of regret. But for the first time, I felt nothing. Not anger, not longing, just distance. She blinked at me. I'm sorry. Squeezed her hand once and let it go. Sorry isn't enough, Lena. It's never enough for the years of lies and manipulation. My mother's lips trembled. Ethan, please. We only wanted the best for you. I didn't think it would hurt this much. I get that you wanted the best, I said. But the way you forced it, the lies, the pressure, it wasn't love. It was control. And I survived it. Daniel's voice shook. I misjudged you. I thought I knew what was right. I didn't realize how strong you'd become. You didn't just misjudge me, Daniel. You underestimated me, and you underestimated what I could survive. Lena's eyes filled again, but this time, I didn't flinch. I thought choosing him would make life easier. I see now it only made me miserable. And why not start by being honest with me? I asked. I didn't know how, she whispered. I shook my head slowly. None of you did. And that's the difference now. I'm not begging anymore. I'm not waiting for apologies I won't get. I'm done being at the mercy of anyone's idea of what's best for me. My mother's shoulders sagged. Daniel's jaw tightened. Lena's fingers twitched in mine. I felt the shift like the air in the room had changed. They weren't pleading. They were realizing they might actually lose me. I took a deep breath. I survived all your lies, your manipulations, your so-called protection. I'm walking out of here with the peace I begged for once. The peace you never gave me. Silence stretched. The room seemed to shrink around them, smaller with every heartbeat. Lena whispered. Ethan, I looked at her one last time. Goodbye, Lena. I turned toward the door, my steps deliberate, measured. My chest was heavy, but it was mine. My heart wasn't breaking anymore. My mother tried to speak. Daniel opened his mouth. Both stopped when they realized I wouldn't hear their excuses. The moment I stepped outside, the evening air hit me like clarity. I didn't look back. Not once. For the first time, they looked uncertain. Afraid even. Afraid of the one thing they'd never controlled me. I breathed in deep, feeling the weight of everything lift. I had survived. I had chosen myself, and they knew it. Months passed. Life didn't suddenly feel perfect, but it felt mine. I woke up each morning without the weight of their expectations pressing down. Ava was there quietly. Coffee, she asked one morning, holding 2 mugs. Thanks, I said, taking one. Her smile didn't demand anything, didn't judge. It was simple, real, safe. You've changed, she said softly. You're calmer. I am, I admitted. I've stopped letting other people decide my happiness. Uncle Robert called that evening. Dinner, he asked. I'd like that, I said. He arrived, as always, quiet but steady. He never pushed, never lectured. He just listened. Sometimes that's all a person needs. Work became a place of creation instead of stress. Mr. Collins handed me a new project. Take it, he said. Make it yours. I nodded. I will. Sitting at my desk, I realized how far I'd come. My confidence had returned, not loud, not arrogant, but sure. I didn't need anyone's approval to validate me. One evening, got a message. Lena. My chest tightened, but I didn't panic. I opened it slowly. Ethan, I hope you found someone better. I hope you're happy. I'm sorry for everything. I stared at it, smiled faintly. Maybe I already have, I whispered. I didn't respond. Not because I didn't care, but because I didn't need closure from her. I had it already. I had built it myself. Ava dropped by that night. You okay? She asked, looking at me from the doorway. I am, I said. I'm learning to trust again. Slowly, but naturally. We sat together, talking about work, plans, books, life. No heavy confessions. No secrets. Just two people sharing moments that felt real. Later, I went to the balcony. The city lights stretched below me like stars fallen to earth. My chest swelled not with love, not with anger, not sorrow, but with freedom. I thought of my family, of Lena, of Eric. I didn't hate them anymore. I just didn't need them. I didn't need their approval, their lies, their manipulations. I survived all of it. Ethan, Uncle Robert's voice echoed softly from behind me. You've done well, smiled. Thanks, Robert. I finally feel proud of myself. Not because anyone else says I should be, but because I am. The city hummed below. Cars, lights, voices, life going on. I realized I wasn't waiting for permission to live anymore. I wasn't defined by their choices, their mistakes, or their expectations. Ava joined me on the balcony. You're glowing, she said lightly. Maybe I am, I replied. I think it's the freedom. She leaned back, eyes reflecting the lights. You've earned it. I have, I said, and I won't let anyone take it from me again. The wind brushed against my face. It felt like a reset, like a beginning instead of an ending. I could feel the layers of pain, betrayal, and disappointment fall away, leaving something solid beneath me. For the first time, I didn't need anyone else to define me. I didn't need apologies, explanations, or even love. I just needed myself. I whispered to the night. I survived them. I survived the lies, the betrayals, the heartbreak. And now, for the first time, I could see the future without fear, without anger, without dependence. I was free, and I became someone I could finally be proud of. I turned to Ava and smiled. This is what I've been waiting for. Not revenge, not approval, just living my life, she nodded, understanding perfectly. I looked out again at the city lights, the horizon wide and endless. And I knew, finally, that my story wasn't theirs to control. It was mine. Mine to live. Mine to protect. Mine to enjoy. I breathed in deep, feeling it in my bones. Freedom, not love. Not anger. Not sorrow. Freedom. And for the first time, it was entirely, beautifully mine.